Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. As you guys probably know, 2023 has been a huge year for War Thunder in terms of changes, with the majority of them being positive at least over the last few months. Now that being said, in today's news, we have absolutely huge changes that I'm sure some people have been wanting since literally War Thunder began. And these changes include Invulnerability Detection, which I guess is kind of nice, but better, marking spawn campers and improving capture point rewards, among other things. So as I said, let's go over these real quick. And now, of course, these are all part of the roadmap, and it looks like these are being implemented immediately. But of course, these are all part of the roadmap, and other changes will occur in the future. But first and foremost, Invulnerability Detection. So now, if you spawn into the match and you shoot somebody, or that person gets shot who just spawned into the match, it'll just fly right through them, right? So Invulnerability Detection basically collides, like the shell hits the person now, and then it just kind of explodes on the side of the tank, and it'll just say, as you can see here, temporarily invulnerable. So it's not really all too crazy. It's just basically making it so that rather than going through, it still hits the target, but tells you that they're invulnerable. So it's not really all too crazy, but it will tell you another thing. So this kind of works into another factor as well, and it kind of also makes it easier for you to be able to spot an enemy, because now it'll kind of say, oh, the enemy is over here, which then leads to the next thing, marking spawn campers. That's right. I'm just going to read this one more or less verbatim, because this is there are several facets to this. So it says, spawn camping in general is always a tricky problem, whether a player is camping the spawn maliciously by driving straight to it at the start of the battle, or if one team has conquered most of the map and inevitably ended up at the spawn. In either case, it's not an ideal situation to be in, so we have improved the area of the game for those spawning in by highlighting spawn campers on the map. That's right, they are highlighting them on the map. This mechanic is only present for ground AB and RB. In both modes, an instance is considered spawn camping when a player is shot no more than 20 seconds after they spawn in and have moved fewer than 40 meters from the spawn point. Those parameters may be changed in the future. I think 40 meters is a little bit low, but who knows, right? I'm not entirely sure how much 40 meters is in game. That seems a touch low. The spawn camper is pinged on the minimap for a short time, around 5 seconds, to all players, after which the marker cools down according to the general rules of visibility and detection in the corresponding mode. So that's right. When somebody is spawn camping, like let's say if it's on the Normandy map and they just shoot you right when you spawn in, they will be shown to everybody. That way you don't really have to guess exactly where this person is. The next person spawning in, hopefully they're invulnerable, can just turn their turret and kill them. Now it says in ground AB, in addition to being marked on the minimap, the spawn camper will also be marked for all players in the battle with a new spawn camper symbol, which is a broken shield, which will be visible beside the distance indicator, similar to the binocular symbol if a target is scouted. And I think that's what this symbol is here. And this is also the invulnerable symbol. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's what those symbols are. Now, it's really, really nice, but yeah, I mean, this is absolutely huge. And just to kind of round it out, it says, when scouting a spawn camper, a broken shield marker will be replaced by a binocular icon. As from a gameplay perspective, the scouting status is more important, and not to mention a scouted target is highlighted for much longer than one highlighted for spawn camping. Next up, we have improving capture points rewards, and this one is also huge. Basically, you will now get capture point rewards. If you partially cap a base, you get destroyed and the base gets capped anyways. So it says just verbatim, now the reward for capturing a point will be given for those who contributed but were destroyed before the point was completely captured. However, only those who fought for the point to the end will be rewarded. If a player leaves the point before death, then they will not receive a reward. Another important factor as well, the reward will only be given if the point ends up being captured by your team. If it fades to neutral, then all pending rewards will be set. So basically, the two factors in this, you have to have died while trying to capture the point, and the point has to eventually be captured. Now, I'm not entirely sure how much this will count, but like, let's say if you maybe cap like, if you help cap like 80%, I'm sure that you're going to get 80%. That would make sense, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Next up, we have something that I honestly didn't even think about. This is something that's coming to War Thunder and will help people out like me tremendously. You can research helicopters helicopters with ground vehicles. There is now an option that you can select to be able to research helicopters with ground vehicles. So it's excellent. So all of your RP that you get from playing ground vehicles will now go towards researching whatever helicopter you're currently researching. So that's just tremendously good, and will hopefully make it, well, I would say hopefully make it so more people play helicopters, but honestly, helicopters are a pain in the tuchus to play, but at least this gives people an option to play helicopters when they normally don't have it, because I mean, grinding through like the first 2 or 3 helicopters oftentimes really sucks, and this kind of gives you the option to go around that. And then finally, you have the simplification of reporting messages in new complaint category. I guess you have hate speech as a new complaint category. So basically, you now just have a whole bunch of you have an easier way to complain about people, because of course it is obviously a big problem in War Thunder when you have people who legitimately just go on it and try to be jerks for no reason, but this will kind of give you a new way to do it. Now, that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below about these changes. I mean, we are at this point probably around 70% done with the changes on the roadmap. We'll have to wait and see what happens. One of the next changes that we will be getting is the dynamic repair cost reduction, but we will also be getting a condensing of tech trees by grouping of vehicles and decreasing required RP to research vehicles in groups by 2 times. So basically, vehicles like currently the T62 M1, which is a foldered vehicle, will only cost half as much RP to research, which will be fantastic, and that will go for many more vehicles because they will be condensing tech trees into more of those folders, which will be great, and it will also cost less to research higher rank aircraft and all these things. So we have a whole lot to go here. This is still relatively early on. We still have some major improvements to go. But either way, thanks so much for watching. Again, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But either way, thanks again. I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.